We are getting ready for another trip to Boracay. No, we're not walking. This is my wife's first trip back since the closure and reopening. I made a quick trip 3 months ago. We'll see what changed. We leave real early because it's a long ride. You got a bus, a boat, a trike. It's about a 7-hour trip from the house. It's kind of a bummer. If you're coming from the airport, you will go to the tagback terminal and go up through Kalibo and around to Cataclan. It's a big, nice new bus terminal. We don't live on that side of the island, so we go around the other direction through the mountains into Antique through San Jose. It's about the same distance. We just have to come out on this empty road and flag down a bus. It's generally not empty, but it's 5:30 in the morning because this is a long trip. Hello. So we will catch a bus, a nice air-conditioned bus, which was a good luck for us. But it only goes to San Jose, so we will have to go about 1/3 of the way and change buses. If you catch it there at the tagback terminal, you will ride all the way around. Kilometer 66. An hour and a half in, and we've gone 40 miles. Don't be in a hurry. They make a couple stops. This is one here in Kulasi. It's a nice little bus stop. Has some snack stands. One of the worst bathrooms you've ever seen. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Once you're almost there in either bus, you end up on this one small mountain. It's steep, but small, and the bus really struggles going up it, depending on the bus. We got this old Raggedy bus for the second half of our trip, and unfortunately, we let them get us in a hurry, and when we changed buses in the middle of the street, because we didn't make it to the terminal, our bus driver stopped and said, "Here, there's your bus, get it." And Melanie left one of her bags on the other bus. And so they contacted the dispatcher, who contacted the other bus, who put the bag on another bus, and we have to wait here for it. The bus fare has increased from 350 pesos, $7, to 375. So it's like $7.50. It's gone up a little bit, not much, not enough to worry about. Gas prices have gone up so high, it's not surprising that the bus prices have gone up a little. Either direction you go, through the tagback terminal or through Antique like we do, bus is about the same price. It's going to cost you about $7, and it is about a 7-hour ride. You can plan your trip if you're flying to land at Kalibo, which is a 2-hour bus ride, or Cataclan, which is a 5-minute tricycle ride. So you can go to whichever airport's more convenient for you. Here we are at the terminal. They drop you off here. We're waiting an hour for our suitcase to arrive. There's a dock there. There's a little pier. Over there is the main terminal. As you're waiting for the bus, you've got some stuff here. There's a Mang Inasal, Andox, 7-Eleven. You can grab a snack if you need it. There's a pretty good crowd checking in, depending on when buses show up. There's the big yellow buses that we ride. There's also the tourist buses. You can see the water's a bit rough. When the water's rough like this, the little pump boats, the small boats, do not run, and they have these ferries we have to take. They're faster but more expensive, and there's less of them. As I suspected, the bus that her suitcase rode on is a nice big air-conditioned bus that if we'd waited, that's what we would have gotten. Don't let them get you in a hurry. We're going to get a picture of this bag Is that your bag? We're not gonna lose it again, right? Right. When we finally came up here to check in, there is no line. You have to show them your hotel reservation so they can ensure that you belong on the island. The pump boat is only 25 pesos. Then you've got your terminal fee of 100 and your environmental fee of 75. But it looks like because of the weather, we're not running the pump boats. So we got to come over here and we pay the same 100 for terminal fee, 75 environmental fee, but we also pay 100 for a different boat because the smaller boats aren't running because of the weather. So instead of 200, it is 275. Not that big a deal, but when you're traveling during the weird weather like this, that's just what happens. After you show your hotel reservation to security and they allow you into the building, you go through a small security checkpoint, and then there's another counter where you have to log in and just tell them how long you're going to be there and where you're staying. It's not really a big problem. Looking at this tourist map, I thought it would be a good chance to show you. On here, they have all 4 jetty ports. The big red circle is the main Cataclan jetty port that we prefer, and it is where the buses drop you off. The 2 ports on the left are the main 2, one on Cataclan, one on Boracay. The 2 on the right are smaller, but they are used in inclement weather. So the bus always goes to the same one, but the boats may or may not be leaving from whichever. You don't get to pick the jetty port. Sometimes they take you where they're going to take you. It's kind of weird. It's not real touristy friendly. We'll talk about that a little more on the return trip. But the island is just a little dog bone shaped island. White Beach is a 4-kilometer long big beach. We are staying right in the middle of Station 2. Usually you come through security and you go down this hall where it says to Boracay, and there's a room with some snack stands, and you catch the boat, all the little pump boats. But the pump boats aren't running, so we are all sitting in here waiting. They said they will tell us when the next ferry comes because the little pump boats can't handle it today. So we are taking a bigger ferry, and these are all the folks waiting, and it's supposed to be here momentarily. The larger ferry is air conditioned, it is enclosed, it is faster, it's really comfortable, but it's just not as charming, it's not as much fun. The little bamboo bonka boats are more fun. I'll take either one, the price isn't that much difference, but in bad weather, these boats can run better. There's the outside view of it, and we finally made it to Boracay. This is the nice terminal that we like to go to. We will be leaving from the other terminal. I'll show you that in a moment. Everybody just kind of gets dumped out. You're on your own to find a Jeep to your hotel. If you've arranged transport through a tourist group, they will help you do that and have somebody waiting for you. We generally don't because it's easy enough to do on your own. It's about 100 or 150 to the hotel. It is not supposed to be. A shared ride is 20 pesos. But at the terminal, the guys aren't likely to do that. So you're pretty much going to pay. It was 150 for the 2 of us, so I just didn't really care enough to argue. If you go out on the street and catch one, you can get it, but then they drop you off on the street. This guy actually took us down much closer to the hotel. You can see the road from the jetty port, Station 3 and Station 2. The road is done. The sidewalk is almost done. In the next video, we'll go up through to Puka Shell Beach, and you'll see the road by Station 1 is atrocious. It's not done yet. And unfortunately, I don't think they finished their drainage work because in the rain here, it floods out bad. So it didn't really do much good, this closure. as we're leaving, we told them we wanted to go to, and I forget the name of that port we wanted to go to. They brought us to this little one because this is the port they're running today. So it's a much smaller one. It's kind of cute. It's got that little island there. But these are all the Banca boats. And generally we catch these at the main terminal. But today they're at this small terminal. So we came to this, and they will take us to a different terminal on the other side. If you're taking an airplane, it's not a problem. You catch a taxi, a van, whatever you're catching, and you get to the airport. We're catching a bus, so we have to stop at one port, take a tricycle to the other jetty port to catch our bus. It's not real complicated, but it's really not tourist friendly because they don't explain anything to you. You get dumped off and you're looking around going, this jetty port's not the same one we got on at, where's the bus? And then you're kind of lost. You can ask around for help, but it really should be handled a little better. I mean, they really do just kind of take you to whichever port is open, and you're on your own. They need to learn how to deal with tourists a little bit better, I think. We've done it a lot. It's really not that complicated, but it's just not real tourist friendly the way it's handled. You are really on your own. But it's not that bad. But yes, we will be getting off at a different port than we started, and our bus is not here. They try and just put you on a van, but I will not ride the vans. They're too crowded and they're too dangerous. Overall, it's really not a complicated procedure. It's just you got to kind of pay attention because you're on your own. Welcome to the Philippines. If you've been paying attention, you will see this is not the terminal that we left from. They bring you back to a different jetty port sometimes. You can say Cirrus bus all you want, and they take you to where the boats are running. It changes depending on the weather and apparently the mood. It's not tourist friendly because now we are here and our buses are not. We know how to get to the other terminal. A lot of people would not. And another short 7-hour bus ride home. Enjoy your day in paradise.